Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Danny here, and I'm going on tour, and now's my favorite part of the show, e-begging. That's right, I'm going on tour in August, and here are the beautiful cities that I will be entering, with permission. August 7th, I will be in Nashville, Tennessee. August 9th, Washington, D.C. August 10th, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. August 11th, Cambridge, Massachusetts. August 13th, Montreal, Quebec, Canada. August 14th, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. August 16th, Detroit, Michigan, the Big D. August 18th, Minneapolis, Minnesota, the Twin Cities, baby. 8/21, August 21st, I will be in Salt Lake City, Utah, doing whatever we do in Utah. August 23rd, I will be in San Francisco, California, and we know what we do there. August 24th, 8/24, Kobe Day. I will be in West Hollywood, California, baby. No better place to be on 8/24 than West Hollywood, LA. Stand up. August 25th, I'll be in Santa Ana, California, and I wrap up my tour August 27th in Phoenix, Arizona. So go ahead, get tickets. Link in the bio below. You'll see it in the description. All that stuff's going to be there. And yeah. And just a quick update. The LoPriore podcast will be moving to Wednesdays at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So set your alarms and set your calendars. Click the notification bell. Get every episode the moment it comes out, or I'll fucking beat the shit out of you. Let's get into the episode, and let's go hang out with Joe Santagato.
Welcome back to the LoPriore podcast, aka Dancing with the Boys. I don't know. I'm working on new podcast titles. I think it's going to be an ongoing thing where I'm trying to rename the podcast, but I just make up a new name for it every week.
Dancing with the Boys?
Yeah, I like Dancing with the Boys.
So like Dan, but D-A-N, like Dan?
See, that's why you're a marketing genius.
Dan sing, because you sing. Dan sing.
See, there you go. Dancing with the Boys.
Honestly, that was good.
You know, I like your one chair in the background though.
It's the cup chair, you know.
Yeah.
I don't even know why that's there, to be honest.
Is that where you put Greg, where you just like beat him?
This is the timeout chair. Yes,
yeah,
that's what it is.
Chair. Can we talk about the size of your headphones and the size of my headphones?
You got tiny phones. I got big fat ones. It's just what it is. Sometimes.
Why are those headphones so fucking goddamn big?
Bro, and they're new now too, because what happened was, I don't know why. I went on Amazon when I was just getting headphones for the studio, and I was like, all right, let me just get these two. They're reasonably priced, whatever. Beat them to shit to the point where this black part was just like flakes. So every time I would finish an episode of like OPL, I would just have black on the side of my face, like these flakes. And it was just mad weird. And then Greg just bought them again. And I was like, that story sucked, dude.
Yeah,
on a scale of 1 to 10,
it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best story, but in my mind, I was like, let him go. You know what I mean?
It's so bad. That was horrible. I'm sorry. It's a long day.
No, it's a long day.
Yeah, it's maybe 97 degrees in here.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. I won't keep you long because I know you're a busy man. But if you guys don't know, I'm joined by a very special guest today, Joe Santagato.
Hi.
Very
Thank
nice.
you. I appreciate
Very
it.
nice. So first things first, I wanted to get into a couple of questions that I had for you.
Okay.
First is how's your day going? That's the first question.
Day is going good. I'm sweating. It's very hot. And I don't remember when it started being this humid in New York, but I'm not a fan.
Oh, it's like Florida in here.
Bro, it's like fucking Orlando. It's ridiculous. I'm walking around, my thighs are doing this all day, making a fucking heat. Heat.
Did you do that thing where you like put your hand in between your friend's thighs and went?
Anybody got that, bro?
Everybody, right? What'd you guys call it? We called it salmon. We would just go, and we would like a salmon tail, and we would just go like this.
Yeah, like a fish out of water. I don't think that we called it anything, but I would just fucking slap the hell. I used to do this to my mom when I was younger, dude. Weird. Weird as fuck.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's
But it's
Right.
fine. I did it though. It happened for sure.
so let's talk a little bit about because this is something I kind of always wanted to ask you. What was the first camera you ever used to record a YouTube video?
I still have it. Oh, a YouTube video? Well, these weren't YouTube videos, but I still have the original
Like
one.
any video.
Oh, that was a camera that I still have. Oh, I don't even remember the fucking company that makes it, but it's obviously discontinued. It's old as fucking shit.
So it's just a relic now, but you kept it though, sentimental value.
I have it. Yeah, I have it, and I have like these cassette tapes because that's how like that thing like it records in cassette tapes, but it requires like the battery is shit, and I've tried to switch the battery with a different one, and it doesn't really work. So I can't get. There's a tape in there that I can't get out.
Oh damn, there's probably fire footage on there though.
I know, and I'm like, the only way I'm going to get this is if I fucking spike this thing and break it, but or if I actually break it, which I'm not against. Like I would break because like I wouldn't shatter the whole thing, but the inside part I could break the thing that holds the cassette tape just so I could get it out.
I don't know what this is, but have you checked it for screws?
Real men could probably do it, but not us. You know what I mean?
Someone's gonna come out and just be like, "Yeah, I'll get that thing out of there for you, no problem. Just send it to me.
Just send it over, dude. I'd like to get my hands dirty on it.
I'll unscrew that bitch."
I still have it though. I don't know what it is, but like I don't know what the model is, but yeah, record on cassette tapes there. But I still have it. It's in my apartment.
Was your mom like the type of person that just like saved everything?
Everything. Oh, she's a hoarder.
She's a hoarder?
She's not a hoarder like, I mean, there's people who are hoarders and they hoard like their own shit. And they shit in buckets and they keep it for whatever reason. Or they keep like dead cats. Like, yeah. But she just
I get that. I get that one though. I get that.
Keeping dead animals?
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to say goodbye sometimes.
It's never the right time
to say goodbye.
That song is so good.
Hell yeah, dude. That song slaps.
No, but she like keeps shit from when we were babies. Like she has our teeth, our hair. She has like I asked her one time because I called.
She has
her.
Your teeth.
Yeah, apparently that's like a normal thing.
Teeth and teeth. Hair, but like teeth, I get because they're baby teeth, they fall out. But like hair, like I know I could ask you for hair right now.
Yeah, she's keeping my hair like she's Helga Pataki, bro. I was like, what is this shit, bro? What is this? I asked her, I was like, you making a potion? Like, what is this? Is it a curse?
I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I would have gave Helga a shot.
She would have to wax that eyebrow.
Yeah, I mean, you could look past that, but I would have gave her a shot. She was.
You know who was low key? The little Asian girl in that show.
Oh, Phoebe.
Was that her name?
Yeah, Phoebe.
I would hang out.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I think she dated Gerald. She likes black guys, so we're out.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's all right. You never know.
I remember being like 8, though, and being like, kind of
Phoebe
into
can get
Phoebe.
It. Yeah. Who do you think's like the hottest cartoon you've ever seen?
Bro, it's the girl it's a Roxanne from the Goofy movie.
Yeah, Roxanne. Yeah. Or Lola Bunny when she blows her ear up.
Lola Bunny, bro. I don't even count. I count that as a real person. I mean,
I know. Isn't that weird that they marketed like they tried to give us boners with cartoons?
All of them. Nala, fucking Roxanne.
And they succeeded.
Yeah, for sure. Miss Incredible's built like fucking like
stacked
Cardi B and shit. Like the fuck.
So whoever designed her was like, damn.
Yeah,
she's got a fat ass.
They came in, make her ass fatter, way fatter.
All right, so we're gonna spin around a little bit. First thing is okay, this is a question I had for you. What's up with this mustache?
Yeah, what's up with it?
Yeah, so when you go to the barber, are you like, hey,
stash me?
Yeah, like stash me a little bit, or like when did you start to fall in love with this stash beard
combo?
Yeah, when did that become a thing for you?
I think that was like a year ago, honestly. Like I literally, my barber's never done it. Like I usually just, I'm like, there was one day I was in the bathroom about to buzz my face, and then I buzzed it, and then I left the mustache. And I was like, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna keep it. Like as like a joke, because I was like going to hang out with my friends or something, and I was just like, I'm just gonna keep it. And then I was like, kind of like it. So I just started rocking it, and now I haven't not done it in like over a year. But I'm like, I'm probably gonna get rid of it soon. Like I'm kind of over it.
You're over the stash beard combo.
It's
kind of manly though.
I like it. It makes me look like a fireman. Like I know what to do. Like I like physical labor and shit, which I don't. I don't.
Yes. Yes.
But like I'll jump your car. But that's the thing. I don't want to be out in public and someone sees my mustache and then I'm like on the hook for something like with a car or whatever. And I'm like, I don't want to get confused. I am a bitch. I just look like this and it looks a little nice, but yeah.
Speaking of that, you brought up firemen. If you weren't doing what you were doing now, what do you think you'd be doing?
Probably the fire. I think I would probably be doing. I would be a fireman just because I took the test and got the call, and I would have taken that.
Okay.
No other plan otherwise. I mean, it would have been making YouTube videos and then fucking, doing that. I took that test at fucking lightning speed, dude.
And you passed, obviously. If they called you
I
back.
got the 99. Fucking crushed.
I mean,
it's not a hard test.
Honestly, what can't you do is the real question.
Not a hard test though. I'm just a quick test taker. I'm just like I finished it like an hour and a half early.
So obviously you didn't have much of a plan, like, besides that. Do you think like you still would have tried to like make YouTube videos like while being a fireman? Would you just made like fireman content?
I don't think so. I think that maybe my honest to God, what I think what would have happened is that I would have gotten into the firehouse, and if I was still making content, they would have just said I was gay, and then I would have stopped.
Yeah.
And then, and then I think once TikTok and everything started coming around, and just being the like curious boy I am, I would have been like, ooh, what's this app or whatever. And then I probably would have tried to do something because I always liked making videos and like content in some form. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I would have like tried to do something. What if I do fireman content? Like, oh, this shit is burning down.
No, that could work though. That could, yeah. Dead
ass burnt, dude. There's fucking 4 cats in there. They're dead ass fucking in shrubs.
Yo, welcome to fucking Firehouse 19. Battalion 8. You know how we get down. Show you day in the life. But you brought up TikTok. Instagram or TikTok for you these days? If you're laying down in bed and you got to scroll, Instagram or TikTok, where are you going?
Definitely TikTok. But I'm like not trying to be on social media at all. Like I didn't have Instagram or Twitter. I still don't have Twitter on my phone, but I didn't have Instagram on my phone for like a little over a month. And I think I'm going to go back to that just because it's so like, I don't like it. Like I actually don't really like Instagram like that. I don't know why.
If I didn't need it for work, I wouldn't have it.
Yeah. And I don't know. Like the negative shit that I see, and it's not about me because there's like, thankfully there's not like negative stuff that people are saying about me really. I mean, there's, every so often you get a like DM, you're like, God damn. Yeah. But I just don't care. Like I don't want to be wrapped up in the opinions too much. Like my actual life is fun. I have a big group of friends that I like to hang out with. I'd rather just do that and then like do work and whatever. But I don't want to sit there and like scroll and know everything about people's lives and then see other people get torn down or like this information has leaked about this person and I'm just like, I don't want to know. Like it's like negative shit. I just don't want to. I just don't like it.
I didn't really know who this kid was, but this kid Sketch. Have you seen that?
Yeah. So like that's so sad, dude. Like
I know, like
so bad.
I felt so sad for him. I was like, damn, dude, this you were just trying to make it like S a D or two, like trying to make it to the top.
Yeah. And who the fuck knows? Like, if this kid is bisexual or he's gay or if he's straight and he was just, doing some experimenting or whatever the fuck,
We
like,
call
whatever
it,
it was.
he does this, right? That's his thing.
Yeah.
We call it gay for pay.
Gay for pay, brother.
Gay for pay, brother.
I will be gay, but only for pay.
For pay, dude.
But like, regardless of what that is, it's like, it's so hard because what's funny? We just like there was an OPL episode that we just did where we interviewed some girl about parasocial relationships where she's like very into like Harry Styles, like at the time with One Direction or whatever, just know everything about his life, like try to find his address, not go there, but just to know it, like just like shit like that.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know me.
I don't mean to cut you off, but when you said parasocial relationships, I thought you dated Ghost.
Paranormal. Parasocial? Is she like?
I was like, damn, dude, this bitch dates Ghost? That's fire.
Parasocial, like she like dates parachutes? What the fuck are you talking about?
I tried to be all smart and act like I knew what you said. I was like, oh yeah, for real. No.
Yeah, dude, that's weird that she would date the Ghost. That's funny.
I was like, is Harry Styles dead? I was like, what?
No, but I would be like, I'm listening to her talk and I'm like, oh my God, this is like the thing that I'm so scared of. Because it's like, that's what made me so nervous in the beginning of all this. And we kind of like arrived at this point together, but you know how people are like, oh, if you're a famous person or something, like you're an actor or like a famous artist, it's like, this is what you signed up for, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I didn't do that. And she kind of like said, like, especially back then, like, I didn't know this was going to happen. I liked doing this thing. And then I didn't even know you can make money from doing it. I learned that along the way. And then you keep doing the thing. And it's like, well, this is what you signed up for. I was like, dude, I was just trying to make people laugh, bro. I don't want you to know what my dad's fucking middle name is. Like, that's mad weird.
It's weird because I feel like there's a threshold you cross, right? So like you start like making videos or whatever, and then you get to a certain point where then I don't know what it is, and then people are like, let's find out where he went to high school.
Yeah, and it's okay. And like I even said this, like, because I do that, not like to that extent, but if I'm watching a show and I see an actor and I'm like, oh, like, who's this? So I'll look them up on Wikipedia just to see like what other shit they've been in. Or maybe even a little further than that, like where did this person grow up or like what, whatever. I'm mostly looking to see if they're like from New York, to be honest with you. Yeah. But outside of that, like their personal lives and their marriages and their children or whatever, like I don't want to know that information. I like them for this thing, and I think it's okay to be curious about people's lives that you like, but like once you start using that information and trying to get them or something, like the shit with Sketch it sucks because the person who uncovers that, or if you're just a regular, if there was someone else out there that saw that stuff, exactly what happens. What if this comes out, and that he doesn't want people to know, and you don't know him, and it's just because this is a person who's like successful, I'm going to put this information out to hurt them. Like that's so scary. So like, yeah. That's why now I don't like post about anything about my life because it makes you like vulnerable almost. And it's like scary, bro. Like I like the wrong person gets like information about your life and they can hurt you. And I'm easily hurt. Like if people would say things about my family members or like about my nieces or nephews or whatever, like I'm packing it the fuck in, bro.
Yeah.
If that ever happened, I'm like, yo, I'm done, bro. I'm fucking blocking everybody. And like, because it's not worth it to me at all, like to do that. And thankfully, I think that people understand my relationship with the thing. So as I've kind of gotten a little bigger to the point where you're saying that threshold where it's like, all right, so people start peering in and shit, I've just posted less because it's like, I don't want to play the game either. Like I'm not somebody who's like posting their entire life. And then when some shit gets said about me, I'm like, whoa, can I respect my privacy? It's like, bro, I'm not posting shit. Like, so, like, so you understand, I don't want you to know. But yeah, it's just weird, man. I felt bad for him because it was like clearly something he was like running from and he almost was like suicidal about it. Like,
yeah, man. And so what? He kissed a couple boys and did stuff with their penis. Who cares?
Did stuff with their penis.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Listen, my thing is this, like, if you're not hurting anybody, it don't bother me.
Yeah,
You know,
fucking do your thing, bro.
but I will say this: I do feel bad. I keep doing this thing. I feel bad, like for like my brother, for instance, right? Like my
Yeah,
brother like works his ass off on Twitch, like works his like puts so much like into his streams and shit. Like this kid like made a couple TikToks and then like you see him at like the NFL draft and all this stuff and
yeah,
getting all these like promo deals. So like I always feel like I'm like, damn, dude, like I know that my brother doesn't have like a dark past, so,
yeah.
like, quote unquote. So I always feel bad. I'm like, damn, dude, like I wish like they would give my brother fucking NFL fucking stuff, just mainly so I can mooch off him.
Mainly so I could just mooch off him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Not for his career. It's mainly for my benefit. Like, because I know my brother wouldn't go, but my brother would be like, "Yo, what's up? They invited me to the Super Bowl, but I'm tired."
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go. It doesn't sound chill.
Yeah, no. My favorite thing about Mike is like because you talked about like not sharing too much on the internet. Mike shares everything on the internet.
Yeah.
I love it. It'll just be like, "Yo, guys, my internet's down and like my ceiling's pissing on my face." Have you seen that debacle? Have you seen his ceiling?
No.
I text him and asked him about his ceiling. He did this whole thing about his leaky fucking ceiling. The other thing too about ceiling is if you say the roof is leaking, is that because you're seeing it from the outside? Like, how do you know you have a leaky roof?
If that bitch is coming through the ceiling.
But isn't the roof the ceiling? Kinda?
No, the ceiling is the ceiling. The roof goes on top of the ceiling. The ceiling can't leak unless the roof is leaking. If you got a leaky ceiling and an unleaky roof, something's off with the earth and the universe.
All right.
Can't happen.
All right. So this is the ceiling. This is
Correct.
the roof.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a perfect roof. Yeah.
Yeah. This will be the thumbnail. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. It just isn't it so weird that like in New York, like somebody's ceiling is like you're sealing somebody's floor.
Yeah, dude. And I could hear those motherfuckers. And I don't know what the fuck kind of floor is in my bathroom, but in my bathroom, I can hear mad people. Like I'm taking a shit in the morning, I can hear.
Oh, I thought you meant like you could hear like mad people like in your bathroom while you're in the kitchen. Like you think people are using your bathroom.
Oh no. No, I could hear other units though. For some reason, like the bathroom floors or something, the walls in there must be like whatever. Because when I sit on the toilet, I can hear a baby crying, I hear a dog, I hear people talking.
Yeah.
Like I can't make out what they're saying, but I could definitely hear like murmurs.
Sounds parasocial to me.
So it's parasocial, dude.
Yeah, so parasocial. I really thought that girl dated ghosts, dude. My bad.
It's okay. People do that too. They've dated ghosts. There was a woman who thought she was like dating the ghost of like a dead pirate or something.
Arg.
Arg matey.
Arg,
You know what I
matey, dude. So you were saying like you don't use social media too much. What are some of the things you do now, like when you're not CEO Joe? Like, what do you do for fun?
Just kick back, go to the beach, walk my fucking dog and shit.
No, like, do you have anything like any hobbies that like people don't know about that you feel comfortable sharing?
I like to be around people, so like I like hanging out with my friends and stuff. But as far I know, the answer that you're looking for is probably like it's funny because now. Like, bro, what you've started is it will never leave me at this point in my life because I can't have any interest in anything without people being like, fucking this Joe.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I have taken a fucking like big interest in wine.
Oh my god, you're so rich now. Good. It's crazy,
dude. Yeah,
just for the audience, I knew Joe got really rich. Well, I'm saying he's really rich. He's not saying it. But I knew Joe got really rich when like he just started like posting F1 stuff. I was like, only rich people watch F1. It was like F1, like it was like a Lego set of like an F1 car. I was like, this dude has like fucking Lewis Hamilton fucking autographed t-shirts probably. I wore this hat for you. I wore this hat for you.
Thank you. I do appreciate that.
You know, and then like car. See, I didn't even know who's that Verstappen.
No,
Verstappen?
I don't know. That's going to be Lewis Hamilton next year. They'll go to Ferrari. Really cool, dude.
See, that's what I knew. I was like, how's Joe doing financially? I was like, he just posted F1. He's doing just fine.
I think he's doing all right. That's funny.
Would you ever want to drive one of those cars? Have you looked into driving one?
Absolutely not, bro. First of all, you can't. Like those cars, like
like a stock one, like a stupid one.
I would drive. So you can't drive F1 no matter what, because those cars are built like custom to those people, and they have like a bunch of buttons.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. That you can drive like F4 cars, and I would do that.
Let me look at an F4 car.
When I went to Austin recently, I was on the plane. They look similar, but they're not as fast.
They look just like them.
Yeah, they're not as fast though, which is good because I'm not going that fast. I'm too scared.
Yeah, you'll die.
I'll panic and just fucking.
I'm too scared.
I'm too scared. When I went to Austin, I was on the plane and I made the mistake of letting a mimosa hit my lip, and I was like, this is gonna last the whole plane ride. So by the time I landed, I was pretty good, pretty buzzed up, and then we went straight to a track that did like the go-karts, but it's like, so it's right next to where they actually race for F1 in Austin. So I was sanding it, and I had like a little bit of liquid courage, so I was just like, first lap I crashed into the wall, dude.
Did you just say, was that like F1 terminology? Sanded it?
I sent it.
Oh, I thought that was like F1 talk.
Oh,
like, yeah,
no.
I sanded it around the corner.
No. No, I just sent it, and like I spun out kind of, and I hit a bunch of fucking tires in the corner immediately.
Are you allowed to do that drunk? Is that allowed? Probably not, right?
They don't know that.
Yeah,
I just showed up. I had my bags on me, dude. I had a fucking like literal like a carry-on, and I just put it to the side and got in the car.
What's Joe Santagato's drink of choice these days besides wine? I know you're into wine.
What is his drink of choice? Yeah, wine would be my answer. Or right now, because it's so hot,
spritz,
like a spritz or something. Not an Aperol spritz though.
No, but like spritz your tits a little bit.
Yeah, like there's a bar near me that has like a watermelon spritz, and I fucking like that shit.
Watermelon spritz sounds nice. That's refreshing. You want alcohol to refresh you while it ruins your life.
Yeah. Bro, I went to a place the other day last weekend, and I ordered some spritz that they had on the menu, and the woman's like, "You're not really going to be able to taste the alcohol. It's more like whatever." And I was like, "All right, like what the?"
That sounds amazing. Give me 15 of them, idiot.
It's like, what do you think I'm here for? Like, I want to drink something. Go I want to like feel like I'm on a beach somewhere or some shit. You know?
That's nice. Yeah. That's nice. You're traveling a lot for work these days. Live shows. Let's talk about the live shows. Are you having fun doing these? Has there been a show where you have not had fun? Because as someone who's done a good amount of live shows, I don't know if you've reached the number yet where you're like, oh God.
In what regard do you mean?
So there's something called like, I guess it's called like performers fatigue, right? Where you're like, oh my God, like you get so caught up like going city to city, which I think you guys do really well. You space out your shows so you don't get like performance burnout. Yeah. But has there been a time yet that you've gone on stage when you're just like,
no, I don't. Has there? I don't think so. Maybe. So the thing is, the worst part of the tour so far was a sound check in DC. So in DC, which I thought was our best show, to be honest, like it ended up being our best show, but at sound check, we have some like assets and stuff, and whoever was doing it, like couldn't get it right. So we had all these cues for, things to be queued up or whatever the fuck. And like, just couldn't get it right.
It's like fart noises and stuff.
Yeah. Zing.
It's
just like that. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was like so annoying because every other venue, it's, sound check's like a joke. Like you just walk up and it's like, hi, whatever the fuck, and then you do intro outro music. And to me, it's also just like, how hard is this? Like, I don't know why we have to like sound check it, to be honest. But so we usually just do that. There's like a couple of things that we throw up, and then that's it. But for whatever reason, it was so hard for them to get these things right. And again, it's not a lot of stuff.
But you're an attention,
nice.
You're a big attention to detail guy, though. So I can only imagine how fucking furious you were.
I was so mad because sound check is like, it starts at 4. We don't get there at 4 though, because every sound check has like lasted maybe like a half an hour and then we're done. Yeah. So we're showing up a little later. So this one, we literally got there at like 4:20 and we had to hold the doors because we were still going through the sound check. And it was just like very difficult.
What time was showtime?
8.
Yeah, it's too much.
So I was like,
you had a 4-hour sound check, or what time did you get there?
We got there like 4:20. But they have to open the doors and then get people in and like get drinks and this and that. So it takes a while. But it was just like insane, dude. And like people have the option to like go to sound check and then leave, I guess. But I was just like, I don't know. I don't think that we've done enough. I'm like annoyed by that.
I'll be honest with you. I fucking hate sound checks.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah. Fucking fart.
I always feel so weird doing them because I have to and we film videos for every single show. So at sound check, the only reason why I hate sound check is because we have to run through the motions. So part of those videos are in sound check. We're running out. So Mikey can get our videographer can get close and get close shots. Those are all in sound check. It's not during the show because he's not going to be on stage. And he can't always be right in front. So sometimes we have to run through and act like it's the actual show, and then he cuts those bits in between.
Got it.
So it's got it. So I always feel so awkward because it's an empty place. There's people setting up chairs or talking to the bartender, and we're running out it's so weird. It makes it feel so strange.
Yeah, so I think it's really good the way you guys are doing your shows and the way you're mapping them out, because that performance fatigue could be a real fucking pain in the dick.
Yeah, I don't know that I would last doing that many shows.
I think you could. I mean, it's one of those things where
you gotta get used to it, probably.
Yeah, you got to get used to it, and it's like, I don't know. On your tour, do you have anything that's what is the question? What am I trying to say? Oh, back-to-back shows. Do you have back-to-back days at all?
Yeah, so right now, this week, we're doing Atlanta Thursday, Nashville Friday, and then the following week is Chicago. So those are pretty bunched up. And then when we do AC at the end of the month, that's 2 shows in a night.
Yeah. See,
so those are like that. And then also right after that,
2 shows in a night can be tough.
That I imagine it, because it's 2 shows and then an after party. That will be I'm gonna want to.
Oh, this is your first time doing 2 shows
in one night, yeah.
Oh yeah, so you're gonna have a.
Well, I did do 2 shows at Caroline's that one time.
Yeah, that was in the day.
Yeah, that was 2 shows in one night. But yeah, I guess this is just very different. But I am going to feel that fatigue for sure. But I'll tell you this, I don't know if you feel like this after all of your shows, but for me, I'm as soon as the show's over, I'm I am fucking exhausted. I have such an adrenaline dump.
Yes, it's the biggest adrenaline dump, and I get sad after them.
Do you?
Yeah. The first tour I ever did that wasn't in New York, where I was going and sleeping in my own bed. Those were ones where I was damn, I'm really sad, because you go from being the man to just being another person in the earth, so it's it's the worst feeling in the world. It's
I literally brought that up to Greg today.
Yeah,
because we were just talking about shows, and I'm I'm like, dude, it's such a ridiculous thing
Yeah,
to like
it's-
be on stage and performing and people are laughing. Everyone's coming to see you. Your name's on this thing. It's on like the little poster in front of the building. And then it's like you do your show and the show's over and you're like, all right, I'm going to go sit in my underwear and fucking watch TV. Just like, you know what I mean? Like it's so funny.
It's so
like,
weird because it's like, yo, you are like, yo, you're the man. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, yo, the new episode of The Boys come out. Like, I don't know. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah, dude. Like,
What are you watching on TV these days? Are you watching any TV? Are you staying away from TV?
I watch Dragons for
You
sure.
watch Dragons? Dragons is pretty good.
I'm big on the TV these days. Like at night, getting into bed, TV. Like
Yeah.
I'm on it. And like there's a show called Presumed Innocent on Apple TV. Mad good.
Presumed Innocent.
Jake Gyllenhaal's in it. It's really
Love
good. I like it a
Jillies.
lot.
Jillies
Love
is one of those guys. Jillies is one of those guys that
Jillies.
if he's in it, I'll watch it. I like Jillies.
He's not really in bad shit.
Not really. Roadhouse is
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Didn't watch that.
Yeah, Roadhouse was pretty
Stayed
bad.
away.
But I watched it just to see how it was. So I love the original Roadhouse. You know what I mean? Guy rips a
I
guy's
didn't even know
fucking
there was
throat out.
one.
You never saw Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse, dude?
No.
Bro,
Patrick Swayze ripped someone's throat out?
yeah, I fucking spoiled it for you. But yeah, you should watch Patrick Swayze rip somebody's fucking throat out.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude. Patrick Swayze, dude. Roadhouse, the original. Can't believe
Good
you
for
didn't
him.
know that. Your
I
dad's
had
a
no- I had no
fireman. I'm
idea.
surprised he didn't make you watch it.
It's like a fireman movie?
Yeah, well, no, I could just imagine like your dad coming home after a couple fucking Steve Weisers coming home
Yeah.
and just being like, hey, you got to watch this movie called Roadhouse.
This is what a real man is.
Yeah, this is what a real man is in tight fucking 32-inch fucking waist pants. Fucking dancing
Yeah.
around. Dirty Dancing? Creepy movie.
Yeah.
Because she's like 12.
Is she?
She's like 16 and he's like 20 something.
Tell you what, they're calling her baby, so that
I
doesn't
know.
help.
No one puts baby in a corner.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. He can dance his ass off though. You don't even notice like the creepiness of it.
Do you watch The Boys, the show?
I watched the first. No, I just haven't watched this newest season right now.
Yeah. It's
So I gotta do that.
this is my least favorite season, but it's starting to pick up. So like, all right, I'm like, all right, okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Other question I wanted to say, do you see let's talk about Radio City.
All
Radio
right.
City sells out 30 minutes first show.
Yeah.
You guys announce a second one. It goes on sale June 10th, which is tomorrow. But I think this will come out tomorrow. So today.
July 10th. Yeah.
Yeah, July 10th. What did I say?
June.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm fucking living in the past. Story of my life. But like, have I shown you my high school football tapes?
Dude, I swear to God, they're good. They're good.
They're really good. How old are you? 35.
Yeah, like your varsity jacket on. You're like, what?
Yeah, I'll tell you, I had the weirdest moment ever. So when you sign up for Zoom, they ask you like your age for some reason. And I've just made a new age bracket and it made me feel so old, 35 to 44.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I'm dealing with today. And I think I'm doing okay. You know?
35 to 44 really bumped it up there.
35 to
But
40.
Now you're young again, though. You were old, and now you're young.
That's the one positive. I was like, you know what? I'm on the fucking opposite side of the spectrum on this.
That's actually nice. That's a good little transitional age.
Yeah, I'm on the spectrum for a lot of things.
Right. Yeah. No. Yes.
We all know that. We all know that. But Radio City, man, did you ever think you'd be in Radio City?
And honestly, bro, you know me. Like, sometimes I get in those moods where I'm like, I'm gonna fucking change the world or whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah.
And this wasn't even in those cards. Like, I wasn't thinking like that. And I honestly,
No, you'd be like, yo, we're gonna get 100,000 subs.
you're right. Like,
Yeah, I'm just like,
I'm
damn, no way.
I think like, yeah, we can accomplish stuff, but that is just not, that doesn't compute really, because I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. And it's funny even seeing like my mom's reaction to that is interesting too, because her reaction is actually my reaction. I just have to play it a little cooler and I'm a little desensitized to everything at a certain point. But what she's saying is like, I relate to that a lot because my mom is not even like, of course, at times she's emotional and whatever, but for the most part, she's like, I don't even know what to say. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you're gonna do that? Like, you did that? Like, you're gonna, whatever. And I feel the same way. It's kind of like I don't know. And it's funny because pairing that with the thing that you just were talking about, where you're on stage and then it's like, oh, you're the man, and then after that, it's like you're just back to being a regular person. It feels like a fever dream, the whole thing, because you do it, and then afterwards, it's not like.
Yeah, none of it feels
that's
real.
just your life now, like it's not what happens.
It's weird because would you ever do stand up?
I would.
So like the thing about stand up is it's kind of like pro wrestling. It's like you have to do the small shows. And when I say small shows, I mean like 4 or 5 people in the crowd.
Yeah,
like you have to.
That sounds so hard.
Like a lot of people are like, it's different now with social media. Like even me, like I had a bit of a leg up on a lot of comics, just for having an audience. But to like keep people coming back, you have to keep writing and do different shows. Like I've done towns multiple times, and they're completely different acts. So it's like you're constantly writing, but you have to go out and do like, the fucking smallest fucking shit hole in the wall club with 6 people who didn't pay for a ticket. The show tickets were free, and like they're just chilling and try to make them laugh. Like those are the real like, when I compare it to pro wrestling, it's like wrestling in a bingo hall before you get to WWE.
Yeah, like a gymnasium somewhere.
But and my thing is, I used to be like, oh my God, like what if someone heckles me? Like I almost hope that somebody heckles me now. Like I'm not even afraid to bomb.
Yeah,
like I don't give a fuck at this point. I'm like, oh, it's whatever. I don't give a shit.
I also think that like, especially like knowing you, like on your feet, I think is where you would thrive, and like that would take up a chunk of time that you like didn't have planned for. So it's like, now I get to be like in my element almost, because you just did that thing, and like now I get to do that and then get back to my act as well.
Because I'm usually really nice on stage, but I think the only time I was ever really mean was I was doing a show in North Carolina, in Durham, North Carolina, and I was telling a joke. Somebody came to a earlier show on the tour, and they knew the joke, and they said the punchline. And I almost fucking lost my mind. This was the last show of my tour, and I'm already fucking tired of shit. And I remember just being like, listen, I love you. Thank you for your support. Don't fucking do that again.
Yeah.
That was the only time I've ever been like a dick on stage. Because one, it's like, you guys know I practice this in my mirror at 3:00 in the morning. Like I've told these jokes to my dogs.
Yeah.
Like these are like my babies for like the next 6 months, and then they're gone. I think that's what a lot of people don't realize about stand-up too. It's like I do hour sets so I can have a tight 6 minutes anywhere I go.
Right.
So I'll take an hour and condense it down to 6 minutes, so I have that all the time. They'd be like, yo, you want to do time? Yeah. 6 minutes, bang. Like that's what like people don't get about that. So like the writing process is, I never thought I would be like, yo, I'm trying to do a show here. But that was the only time, because like I work really fucking hard on this shit.
Yeah, I mean that would definitely piss me off, because
you guys have hecklers though.
I'll be honest with you, and it's not heckles. People will like say stuff, and it's funny because obviously in this world that we've built, I'm the villain. Right, like, and then, like, and you and Frankie do this thing. I'm like, sure. We're, you guys are the people.
I feel bad,
right?
I feel.
But,
we always. No.
I think it's funny. I think it's funny, but and everyone's like in on it too. Like they know what the fuck is going on. But when we're on stage, Frankie's got no time for that. Like he's like, oh yeah, shut up. Like
no, you have to do that sometimes. You have to do that sometimes, because the thing is.
We had to though, because our first show, the show that you came to, there was a lot of that, and we've like learned like now to ignore it more, because it's one of those things that if you start talking to someone, like everyone's just excited and we get that, but we have to do this thing and they don't understand the thing that we're trying to do. So like I can't talk to everyone, but once you start talking to people, then everyone's like, oh, I want to, give a thing in. And so the first show, there was a lot of that and we addressed a lot of it. And then now it's gotten to the point where we will tune out a good amount of that, because it does continue to happen. But I imagine the people around them are like, shut the fuck up, like stop screaming or stop like doing that. But it's,
I've told people to shut the fuck up many times. That's cool. Shut the fuck up.
And I think the crowd likes that too. And even people who show up to the show, I think that like they enjoy that also. But I think that's not as bad as what you described, where someone's like finishing your joke for you. I don't even know in someone's head why that would be cool. Like,
it's just like it's just the excitement. It's like when you go to a concert and like you're singing like louder than the people that are performing.
Or like people who like throw their phone, like this hasn't happened to us, but people who throw their phones on stage at artists, like they're just going to pick it up all the time, take a video, and then whatever. It's like, dude, what are you doing throwing your phone? Are you fucking crazy?
See, Radio City, I'm just going to throw a strap on stage. I'm gonna unstrap and just throw it. And just be like, nah, that's Danny. Don't throw him out.
God damn it. Yeah. This has got his name on it. Someone actually in Medford threw a Boston Red Sox hat on stage, and I just fucking booted it.
Yeah. I would have shit in it and then gave it back.
Yeah, I just booted it. But yeah, no, it's been fun, man. People are the crowds are really cool, and they just keep getting better. I think that DC was like a lot of fun. They were very loud. And I felt like we're in a good pocket. Like I feel like we're getting better at it too. Like especially like we did those first 3 shows at the end of January and February. We did 3 shows, and the first one feels like forever ago and so bad compared to where we are now. So it's nice to feel like there's some progress.
This episode of the LoPriore podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. Yes, let me ask you a question. Have you thought about possibly trying therapy? But what happens with a lot of people, it's very hard for them to find the time to do it. It's very hard for them to get into an office to do it. What if I told you that there is something entirely online and that you can build to the convenience of your own schedule? That's where BetterHelp comes in. I've been a user of BetterHelp for 3.5 years. They've helped me so much when it comes to learning coping mechanisms, dealing with my mental health issues that I've been very, very outspoken about. You guys know I'm a mental health advocate. And the thing that I love the most about BetterHelp is because I'm on the road so much, I can build it to my convenience. And I don't think that I would have been able to make the positive changes in my life without using BetterHelp. So that being said, what does BetterHelp do? BetterHelp is entirely online. And like I said about my stand-up schedule, it can be built to your exact schedule when you want it, when you need it. That's it. The other thing too is a lot of the times therapy is like dating. Sometimes you get a therapist, maybe you guys don't hit it off, and one of you is afraid to break up with the other one and it gets a little sketchy and whatever. You don't have to worry about that with BetterHelp. The great thing about BetterHelp is that they will match you with a licensed therapist. And if it doesn't work out, you can switch to another licensed therapist at no extra charge anytime you want. So if you're thinking about starting therapy, I really recommend that you give BetterHelp a try. So much so that our friends over at BetterHelp have given me a discount code for our listeners. That's right. So if you go to betterhelp.com, that's BetterHelp.com/LOPS, LOPS, you'll get 10% off your first month. That's right. So go to betterhelp.com/LOPS, LOPS for 10% off your first month. And let's get on this mental health journey together. Anyone out there who is struggling, just know I love you. And let's get back to the show. Peace.
Yeah, I think that's the best feeling. Like, even for me, like I like performing and doing shows. And I love people that come out and support me because they just have supported me for whatever long period of time.
Right.
But my favorite thing is when people come up to me and be like, bro, I had no idea who you were. You're funny as fuck. Anytime you come back, I'm going to come see you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, that makes me
sick.
feel good. I'm like, all right, like this dude doesn't owe me shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's nice too to feel like, validated.
Yeah, yeah.
In that.
Yeah, it's like
You're at a different point in your career than I am, where like this is like my 7th time on stage, basically,
Yeah.
or 8th time on stage. So I'm still, at the end of the tour, I'll be more comfortable just being on stage in front of a crowd.
Yeah, that just comes with reps, dude.
Yeah, and I like now I'm still like, I just want to get comfortable being on stage and doing whatever. And I thought after the first show, I was like, the only thing that I wanted from this first show was to feel like, okay, we're both pretty comfortable on stage, even if the show doesn't go to plan, which I assumed it was going to be our worst one. At least we're comfortable. And I was like, I felt comfortable. And then now looking back, I'd be like, you were not comfortable, dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
yeah.
now it feels like you're comfortable, but like then, no, probably not. And probably like a month from now, I'll feel totally different about where I am now. But yeah, feeling that actual progress with anything is nice. So I the same thing for you. Like that's progress sort of like manifesting right in front of your face where you're like, oh, I just got somebody doing the thing that I was trying to do. And this dude who didn't owe me a laugh because he didn't know who I was, I actually got him. Like that feels like that must feel
the
like
best.
Crazy.
It's the best feeling in the world. It's to be like, yo, bro, like I want to take a picture with you. Like I don't even know who the fuck you are, but that shit was mad. I'm like, oh, thank God, because it's so weird when you start something in your brain and the way you convey it and put it into words and put it into an act for it to like actually land on somebody the way you want it to. It's like, oh, it's the best. But I've had people walk out of shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you say anything?
Yeah, of course. I address all that shit in the beginning. I remember I did a show in St. Louis. So here's like the thing about stand up too is like, so you have markets, right? So I'll have markets of cities where like I know I'll sell tickets really well. It'll be fine. And then it's like, hey, let's try and give you a show in fucking Bumblefuck USA. And then you go there and it's like you go from like Gramercy Theater, like you do it like a venue like that, and then you go and there's like 12 people in Kansas City.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just part of it. You know, that's just part of the stand-up come up, right?
I know, it's crazy.
So, but I like those shows more than big sellout shows because it's going to be a shit show.
It also probably does way more for you.
Oh,
to like be able to do that. Yeah.
You know, it's so much harder to entertain 10 people than it is to entertain 500 or whatever.
Easily.
Or you know what I mean? Or 2,000, whatever. You know, it's gonna be it's just like, damn, dude, I have to make if I don't make one of these people laugh, that's 20% of the room is not laughing.
That's crazy.
You know, so I think that's the type of stuff that just like you become like battle hardened.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I think
that you gotta like.
I thought that was a sexual. I thought that was a sexual position.
Battle. So I am going to put you in the battle hardened position. No, I think that it makes sense. I mean, I think in order to do that and get used to. I mean, it's uncomfortable, and also
hell yeah,
the expectation. It's like if I'm on a poster, my name's up on the thing. Then when I'm on stage, people have to show up. Otherwise, now people are like, why? Whatever. Like, but that stuff is completely secondary to why you're actually there. Like, you're there to like. For the rep, for the like experience, and that chase sort of thing is like never over. Like eventually you get it. It's funny. It's like it starts so much harder and then it gets easier. Like it's easier to get laughs later on in your career than it is in the beginning, obviously. Yeah. But like it's just funny that like if you just stick with it, you're going to get better because with the reps. So like it will eventually get to the point where you're like very good at this thing, and it's easier because people are just fans of you. They want to laugh, they want to be supportive,
Also, like the stand-up scene in New York's like one of the toughest, right? So like being able to like go into clubs and go up confidently is like it's a huge like badge of honor for yourself to be like, yeah, I'll do fucking 6 minutes or whatever. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like there's nights where you follow nobody, and then like there's nights where like you have to follow Mark Norman. Like, you know, so like there's like
Yeah.
you don't know. That's the best thing about stand up, and you don't know who's gonna come fucking through the door and do fucking 7 or 8 minutes, and then it's like, all right, well, you're up next. It's like it's sink or swim, bro. It's either you want to do it or you don't.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a live performing is a great business. If you love it, if you don't, it's probably the worst business in the world. It's horrible.
When do you think was like your worst show?
My worst show. Bridgeport, Connecticut. My first time in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I had 2 shows that night.
How long ago was that?
Oh, like a year and a half ago. Like I was still like working shit out and like trying to get shit. So my writing style is a little different. Like I'll write the beginning of a joke and the end of a joke, and based on the crowd's reaction, I'll have like more to a joke. But if it's not that good, I'll just move over it.
Right. Yeah.
So like I have like multiple, like, I guess I'm not a big punchline guy, but like I have multiple things in there that I can go to.
RPOs. You run a lot of RPO.
A lot of RPOs. Yeah. My stand-up style is definitely an RPO.
Got it.
So it's like, and for the girls listening, that's called the run pass option, but you don't know what that is either, probably. But you know, I don't want to assume. So I remember if I was running the RPO, that shit was straight run all night. Like there was no, they were just like run. And that was the most low I've ever felt, because I remember being like, damn, bro, like, I don't know if I could do this. Like, that's like, there's nights where you go on stage, you'll have a bad night, you'll be like, yo, like, I don't think this is.
And you had 2 shows and they both went like that?
And then the second one killed it.
Okay.
So that's why it's like, you have to get comfortable with fucking bombing, because you're going to. You have to.
Was it like not laughing, or was it like very low? Like
it was like very low.
Yeah.
Like I would say I was thinking too much in terms of like trying to get my cadence this way, and like I couldn't match like the speed of my jokes to where I wanted them to be. Like I rushed through my set, because a lot of people, when shit gets really tight, you're supposed to slow down and get comfortable. Yeah. So I find more comfort in the down parts of sets now where there's no laughter.
Right.
So if I can find comfortability in that, I'm good for like the rest of the show. Yeah. That was something I had to learn. So I wasn't really comfortable with like the silence of it. And I was like, oh my God, these people hate me. So now you start thinking internally, and now you're forgetting your set. And like your jokes aren't going the way you want them to go. You start to feel down on yourself on stage. And like I would say that was the most uncomfortable and the most like I'm gonna quit moment. And then I came out at 9:30, and I was like, I want to do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know, so it's a great business if you love doing it. If you don't love doing this type of stuff, it breaks you down mentally, bro. Like like mentally, you just start like everything's a joke. You're like writing all the time. I'm like fucking Rain Man, bro. Like, you know, like I'll just be walking down the street and just be like, oh, I have to do this now. You know, it becomes it can consume you, this lifestyle. So it's like I tell people all the time, like comics that open for me and stuff, and I'm like, bro, I haven't been doing it as long as everybody else, bro, but you start to feel the push and pull of like the road and shit. They're like, you just have to enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
It's just art. Do your art and go home.
Yeah. And it's supposed to be like fun. Like you're supposed to have a good time up there too, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I like to think about it as like, you know, and I know this about you too, but you know, the person who likes to tell stories in big groups, and like, you know, if there's a story coming up, sometimes people are like, oh, you tell it. Because it's like, you'll get like, you have like a funny thing. So it's like, just trust who you are. Trust that you're like, people who like they want to hear you tell a story or like whatever when you're with your friend group. And sometimes you tell jokes and your friends don't laugh at the shit. And like, what do you do then? You don't like clam up. You got to just like recognize like that fucking was whack. I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah. I'll
me.
be able to spin. I'll spin the block with another story later. It's all good.
Yeah, like I'll come back. Give me 5 minutes and I'll figure out something funny. I hope, but yeah, man, it's crazy to see.
All right, I got some rapid fire questions for you. You ready?
Hit me.
All right. Some of them are yes, some of them are no, some of them are a little bit of an answer that is longer.
Okay.
Do you really consider Queens a part of New York City?
100%.
All right. Now just elaborate a little bit. Because I feel like people hate on Queens because it's like it's over a bridge. It's not like
all this shit is over a bridge.
I know. See, I told you he's gonna. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Nah, everything is over the bridge. Like,
you guys have houses and shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, do you feel?
Yeah, but Brooklyn's got mad houses, bro.
I know.
Rich
Brooklyn's
ones,
got
like
rich ones,
crazy houses. We don't have houses like that in Queens.
What's the richest part of Queens? Like when you were growing up, and like if a girl said she lived there, I'd be like, damn, her dad's rich.
Manhattan. But like,
yeah.
Probably like as you go further out east, so like the Bayside Whitestone area, those people actually have houses with like front yards, backyards. But
look at that.
I don't know. So, there was where I went to high school. I think that's Queens. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Queens. There was a town named Malba where like rich people live, like actual rich people. They had like
sounds rich.
$5 million houses or
Malba.
$6 million houses. Yeah, exactly. It sounds like Malibu, but not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
it's so not.
Yeah, like that is like a rich neighborhood, but the area near the train, like I think if the train touches where you are, then you're a part of New York City. Like I don't consider Bayside Queens a part of New York City because you can't get to this. You have to take like the path or whatever that is, the LIRR to get into the city.
Yeah.
Like the subway doesn't touch where you are.
So
you know
if the subway touches, you're straight.
The subway's got to touch, or like there's got to be some like really like a bus that like gets you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's got to be.
Yeah. I know. It's
got to be something like that. It has something to do with public transportation. And just like a feeling.
Because I feel like Queens people, anybody that I know from Queens reps Queens hard. Always. All the time, right?
Yeah.
But they also like hate on Manhattan a little bit at the same time. But it's like, nah, like we're still part of New York City, but like we don't fuck with y'all like that.
I think I could see that. I always fucked with Manhattan. I liked Manhattan. It's really just like I'd never go to the Bronx. I've never hung out in the Bronx. I do consider it a part of New York City, obviously, but I don't go to the Bronx like that.
Let me tell you something. So nobody does.
I'm saying, like, I think if you're from the Bronx, it's like you go to the Bronx and you go to Yankee games and shit, but that's pretty much it. But I don't hang out in the Bronx at all. Obviously I consider that.
All right, yeah, because you
100%. No, I'm not trying to get killed.
Yeah.
No. The Bronx is definitely New York City. We need them. That's like the angry cousin. You know what I'm saying?
Is there footage of your first pitch yet?
Yeah. It's in like a mini video on Instagram.
Who had a better first pitch, you or Frankie?
Definitely me.
And I'm guarantee you that fucking crushes Frankie's soul to fucking bone gristle.
Bone gristle. He said that he was headhunting. I'm like, yeah, okay. He would have hit someone in the fucking teeth if someone was standing in the box. Mine was a little inside, but I was setting up an outside pitch, different thing.
Yeah, it's all right.
But it was funny as we were walking off like the field. Some random dude comes up to me and he's like, hey man, I just want to let you know, technically Frankie threw his pitch 0.8 miles per hour faster than you. And I was like, I wasn't going for speed. I was like, don't tell him that.
you're just trying to paint. You're just trying to paint location.
I'm just trying to dot one. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Worst business venture of your entire career.
Worst business venture. Me and Greg worked on a book proposal that just got fucking nowhere. So that's probably the worst one. But I would say that I learned the most from doing that. Like, honestly.
Okay. Why?
Not because like you learn from your failures, because I mean I do believe that too, but it's not because of that reason.
Yeah.
It was just a cool moment for me because at the time I felt like everything was working out. And I was like, I have an idea, and then you do it, and it's like, oh, it's cool. And whatever. So you're like, we'll just write a book. People will buy it. And like that's enough. And then no, it's not, because we wrote a proposal, and like, not that we didn't work hard on it, we definitely worked hard on it. But I think there was a little bit of like, we're invincible type of shit going on.
This motherfucker can't miss.
Yeah, exactly. And then you bring
no,
it.
he's
like,
good. He's good.
Someone brought it. A publisher who worked at the publication, whatever the fuck, I don't know. And she was like, "Yeah, I like this. We're going to show it to a bunch of people." Everybody said no. Everyone was like, "No, don't get it. I don't get it." Blah blah blah. So it was nice. It was nice to fall flat on my face, because it's just a reminder of like, don't get too hyped. Well, yeah, you don't got it like that. You know?
Imagine they came back to you. They were like, "We love the book. We want to put it in every special ed room throughout America." Yo, we love the book. We just have a couple of notes. You said dead ass 9,014 times.
Right, yeah, exactly.
It's like, we're gonna push this through an editor. Whose son?
Whose son?
Whose son? Because you mentioned son at the end of every sentence. They'd be like, yeah, we'll fix it.
Who is son dead ass? Who is that?
Who is son dead ass? Is that a haiku or whatever? You think you'll ever write a book again, though? Probably like later. Is that something you want to go back, or are you afraid of books now?
I'm not afraid of books. I love how I answer that mad seriously. I'm not afraid of books.
I'm not afraid of books. I'm not like afraid of them.
Haunted books, I would be afraid of.
Yeah, but, parasocial books.
That's called a fucking bang. That's comedy, folks, right there. It's called a callback.
It's called a callback, guys. You guys got to learn that on stage.
Industry term.
You got to learn that in Kansas City.
Won't know what a callback is until you perform for no people. All right, into an abyss. I would do it, but I have like probably not anytime soon. It would probably be something. I don't know. Probably not. I'll say probably not.
So after these shows in July, are you guys off tour? Or are you guys coming back in September and October? Or I don't want you to break anything on here, but I'm just saying, are you guys
July? No, the only thing our last tour date will be the second show at Radio City. But so in July we have July 11th, 12th, 18th, and then 2 shows on the 27th. And then August 1st and 2nd, we're in LA. The 3rd, we're in Seattle. And then August 16th and 17th in Toronto. Then I'm going on a bachelor party. And then when we get back, I think and then we're going to Texas, doing 3 shows there, and then the Radio City shows after that, and then it's over.
Got it. Yeah, man. You get to see let me tell you guys something about this too. So I wanted to call a callback. I remember we did an episode of The Basement Yard one time. We were talking about like going to Italy and shit, and you were like, "Nah, I'll never go." You were like, "I don't need to go." You love to travel now.
I do love it.
You're a little fucking jet setting little bitch.
It's funny. I talked about this before. I don't know where I talked about it, but I was talking about how at a certain point in my life, like I wouldn't eat certain things. I was a way pickier eater. And I didn't like to travel. I'd like to stay in this, whatever. And then a switch just turned one day, where like just the people in my life like to do other stuff, and I felt like I'd be falling behind if I wouldn't do certain things. So I was like, oh, all right, fucking up, fine, I'll like jump. And I didn't really have an excuse. It's like, I remember one time specifically, I remember my sister saying something to me like, you have the means, like why don't you go, and you're young, like go and do shit now.
Yeah. Well, that's
like,
what
otherwise you're just never gonna do it.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, do it now, and then also the switch was money.
That was one of the switches for sure. Yeah, like now you don't have an excuse. You can't hide behind like, well, I can't afford to do that because like a lot of people
then you turn into that fucking like minimalist asshole. Like, don't be that guy.
You got 4 shirts and you live in the woods in a box. Like, come on, dude.
You were like a fucking Casio, like just to be like, guys, I'm cool, But like,
Casio.
It's like, you
That's
know,
funny.
but Casio makes great watches though.
Timeless. I have one.
Yeah, dude, they're the best. Yeah, no, man, I'm happy to see you like doing
But I
this
will
stuff.
say, so remember back in the day when you went to Sweden?
Yeah.
I forgot why I couldn't go, but a lot of the reason was like I was just afraid to go. Like
What were you afraid of? Just like
I don't know.
not being like in control of
Just
like
being
what's going on.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I think just being uncomfortable at that point, I was like, wait, like I was like afraid of flying, not to the point where I'm like, I'm never getting on a plane or anything like that. But like that just like going to a different, I had never been out of the country before, besides Canada, which like doesn't count. But like I had never been out of the country before. And then you're going all the way to Sweden. It feels like that is such a big thing. And that just like scared the fuck out of me. And I was like, oh my God. And that was a good lesson for me too, because after that, I was like, look at these fucking pictures that Danny's sending me right now, and I'm not there because of what? Like, and I'm like, how many times am I gonna fucking do that with my life?
Yeah.
That I'm just like, oh, it's a little uncomfortable, and you're just not gonna go. Like, don't be a bitch.
Yeah, it's also like if this fucking anxious fuck who's scared of his own fucking shadow can go over there.
You know? Like, and I would love to go to Sweden now. Like, that seems so much fun.
That was one of my questions. What's one of your destinations that you want to go to in like the next year or so when you have some off time?
I've loosely talked about it with my friends and stuff, but like I think early next year, especially with like tour and stuff, like the tour is going to end in October, and I'm not really, now at this point in my life, I would like to go see the world and just, see a bunch of different countries and stuff. So I kind of gave that up for this thing. And like, not that it's a huge sacrifice. This is like the fucking coolest thing I've ever done in my life. But I would like to do that next year. So I have no idea when a tour would start back up, or if it would be like, a couple shows here, then a couple shows there, and then like at the end of the year, whatever the fuck. But places that I have talked about like early next year, like Costa Rica, Switzerland, and I think Italy for sure next summer will be like a thing.
Oh, you still haven't been to Italy yet?
No.
I remember it's the latest.
I remember you referenced it before when I was just like, no, I don't need to go. And I think you were referring to being like, yo, you're Italian. You don't want to go back and like try to see the town that you're actually from. And I'm like, I don't care.
Would you go to like a town that your family's like from now just to like check it out?
I don't like, if it was like not out of the way, I would, but I wouldn't like go out of my way to go to this town I can't speak Italian.
Neither can I, bro. But let me tell you something.
But I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna go like, oh, I don't know.
Here's the thing.
I don't know.
Get a little book. Get a little book. Learn a couple of things in Italian. You'll be fine. First of all. Second of all, when I went to the town where my family is from, it was a very amazing feeling to be like, oh my God, like someone here has my DNA that I've never even met before. Like I walked by a dentist office that said LoPriore dentist. I was like, I don't know who these motherfuckers are.
Crazy.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. So like if you go over there and you put your last name in, there's gonna be fucking little Santagats running around.
That would be cool, actually. Now you just changed my mind.
You know what I mean? Just like find some fucking Santagato over there that you have never met ever in your life. And you want to know what they're going to do? They're going to invite you over and like bring you in for dinner and shit.
And I'm going to have the strongest espresso I've ever had in my life and have a panic attack.
Yeah, dude. That's the word. You can't find decaf shit in Europe. So you have to drink like real coffee. And I remember the whole time of just being like, I have to stay in the hotel till 3 p.m. You've been to France? You've been to Paris?
I just stopped in France on a layover.
Paris, you would, the people kind of suck, but you would like it. You would like it. Paris is cool. You've been to Spain, right?
I'm going to Spain.
Going to Spain.
Yeah, the bachelor party is in Scotland, but we're going to Spain before.
You were supposed.
I've been to Portugal. That's where I was.
You were supposed to be in Spain, but your butthole.
I definitely was supposed to. Yeah, I was supposed to be in Spain, but
your butthole blew up.
What happened was my asshole opened up about 8 centimeters dilated, and the world fell out of it.
So here's the funny thing is Joe apologized maybe every day for like a month But the funniest thing is that he had to apologize for having diarrhea.
Yeah. Well, I was throwing up too.
Well, yeah, but that's just funny that like it's not like like God
Something
forbid,
wrong.
knock on wood, something really bad happened, but it's just like like I'm sorry, like I shit my pants. Like I look forward to like every one of those apologies.
Dude, that day was so bad just in the airport. And I'm like, oh, God. And I felt good that morning when I woke up. I was like, cool. Got to the airport and I was like, waiting on the line to get through security. And I'm like, I'm going to fucking shit myself. Finally made it through. And then it was a wrap. I was sitting in like a lounge and I was like, I got to shit my fucking pants off. And then I went to the bathroom and just started throwing up first. Didn't crap myself though. Want that to be noted. Didn't shit.
I shit myself in the garden that time. No, I'm better than that.
Yeah, that's not good.
You remember that? I had to put my fucking underwear in the. Had to put my underwear in the fucking trash.
Someone's throwing out trash, being like, "There is underwear in here."
Yeah, and they saw it, and I saw them come out of there, and I went in, and I know that they saw my Dookie underwear, and they were like, "Someone's friends and family shit themselves in the fucking friends and family suite of Madison Square Garden." And guess what, guys? It was me. Do you still read books? Because you went on this whole thing where like you would always post pictures of books.
That was during the pandemic. What the fuck else I was going to do? It was red wine and books the whole time.
Dude, just masturbate like the rest of us.
There was a fair share of that as well. Don't worry. Yeah, I don't read as much as I should these days. I'll like get into it for like a week and then like I don't for like 4 weeks after that.
Audio books, bro.
Yeah.
Because guess what? No one has to know. I listen to audiobooks all the time. I just finished Shutter Island, the book. It's so much better than the goddamn movie. And the movie's amazing.
I love Shutter Island.
I love Shutter Island, dude. I love
Shutter
Island. I love Shutter Island. I could watch Shutter Island like once a week.
It's a great movie. I love mystery.
What's the gayest movie you've seen by yourself?
By myself.
Yeah. That you were like, I'll watch this movie.
27 Dresses.
Okay.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
13 going on 30. I've watched that a few times.
By yourself?
Probably. Mentally, yeah. Like
mentally, I'm just there. I'm there.
Well, like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not. Am I watching a movie by myself if I live at my mom's and I'm like watching it and like people are walking and sometimes they're sitting down to the. I'm watching.
I like this.
I don't know if they're. Yeah. I don't know if they're watching it, but I'm watching it.
They filmed this. They filmed this by my old work. There's always somebody in your family that has to tell you, like, "Oh yeah, this is like where they film." I'm like, yeah.
This is Brooklyn. And I'm like,
my mom does that shit. Yeah, my mom does that shit all the time. She's like, "This is where they film Taxi Driver." I'm like, "Mom, I don't give a fuck."
Yeah, or I'm watching something and someone comes into the room. It's like you should like watch this scene. I'm like, what do you think I was doing before you got in here? Ugh. I'm watching it. You're distracting me now. Get the fuck out.
The thing I hate about my entire family is that I'm the IT guy for some reason. I've become like the IT guy for the entire family. It's like, dude, you plug in one HDMI cord, you have a job for the rest of your life.
I legitimately, when I was like 22 years old, I was not 22. I was probably like 18 or 19 at the time. I had to go back to my mom's house to switch the input so that they could watch a DVD.
I remember that.
I was like, you guys don't deserve life. You can't figure this out. Like, come on.
You remember back in the day too? It was like, the red cable goes in there. The white one does that. Where's the yellow one go? And
it's
for some reason,
I'm like, it's color coded. I'm like, it's color coded. Put it in.
They'd be like, yeah, where's the yellow one go? I go, where the fucking big yellow hole is, you idiot.
Yeah. And then you do that. They're like, you should be an engineer. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
They're like, you should like become an electrician. I'm like, Dad, I fucking switched the inputs so you guys could watch fucking Made in Manhattan. Good one.
Good one too.
Good one. J-Lo's falling off a little bit though. I know it's your girl or whatever, but she's falling off.
I'm retired.
You're retired?
Yeah. I'm retired.
See, you're off of J-Lo. You're off of J-Lo.
Yeah, I'm retired.
How old is J-Lo now? How old is this bitch?
50.
J-Lo
I think she's
age.
49, I think.
Nah, dude, she 54.
She was 49 at one point. That's why
Yeah,
I'm
she was
confused.
5 years ago. Speaking of 5 years ago, do you have a 5-year plan? Or do you think they're dumb?
No, I don't have a 5-year plan. I have like things that you would like to get done in 5 years, but as far as like professionally, I don't think so. I think because everything in this year is like so new, so it was like
Yeah.
this is part of like a bigger plan. So it's like I have to like do the shit now, and like the tour takes a lot of planning. So like, and now that's kind of over with. So it's like now you just have to do the rest of the year, and then you can get back to like a planning mode. So I don't.
Enjoy
I'm not even
enjoy
thinking
it.
about that.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Yeah,
Enjoy it. Enjoy the moment and like let it be, where do you think you get your business acumen from?
fear. I'm
Fear?
scared. Yeah, I think I'm just. I never. I do get a lot of help from a lot from people, but I think I have a very good idea of. I believe whatever resonates with me is right, and I follow that. So I don't know everything, but if someone's talking to me, and I don't care who the fuck they are, they could be like it could be Mr. Beast talking about YouTube, and if he's talking to me and the shit that he's saying doesn't resonate with me, I don't believe that he's right. I think that it
Right.
worked out for you, but I don't think it's like right.
Right for me.
Yeah, or just like clearly not right for me if it's not resonating. But like, and I'm ready to like get new information, and like once it resonates, being like, oh my god, thank you so much, and like using it. Like I have no ego when it comes to being like I don't fucking know, and like someone could give me new information. I'm like, cool. I think it's like my dumbest friends have said shit to me that I'm like that will stay with me forever because I think that resonates so hard for me.
That's the worst too. When your dumbass friends say something that changes the rest of your life, you're like, "Wow, that fucking idiot was right."
Shit. Yeah,
God,
exactly.
that fucking dumb asshole. So right.
He's right. He's right. Listen to that asshole. But yeah, I think it just comes out of like when I was doing YouTube and stuff, like it was fun. But I was also too afraid to take it super seriously because I think that like once you're like, oh, I'm like I've really done something or whatever, then it becomes like corny. That like, yo, you're not relax, you're not all that, So I was like, I never wanted to fall into that category that like took myself super seriously. So in order to stay sort of relevant and have that same demeanor, I think that you have to work a little harder because I'm not willing to move to LA and hang out with all these people, pretend I'm friends with them just to stay relevant. Like I have to, I'm in this corner in New York where not a lot of people do this type of shit. And I have to just earn it in that way, which I don't mind doing. Like, that's honestly the best. And I've had so many people tell me, like, you're super successful and like a famous person kind of, but like, I also feel like no one knows who you are. And that's a great position to be in for me.
That's the best pocket. I tell people that all the time. Hey, what's up? Oh, I take a picture with somebody on the train and then I go somewhere and nobody knows who the fuck I am.
Exactly. Like, that's the best. But I would never give up my actual life for any of this. Like if this started to like ruin my life, I would not do it. I would just walk away from it. I like have the luxury of doing it now. So it sounds like, yeah, of course you would now, but like, no, I would have done that. Like I wouldn't let it impact my life. Like I like my life. I like my family. I like my friends. And like, I like doing that stuff. And I like being able to just go to bars and chill or whatever. If I couldn't do those things, I would not be myself. I would not do it. I'd just give it up.
I think it's a part of like growing up too, just like kind of knowing like, yeah, it's time to walk away. Or like it's time to go home. Yeah, like I'm good. I don't need all this other shit. Because how old are you now? 32?
I'm 32.
32? Like you're good, bro. You don't need to do that anymore.
I'm not concerned with being relevant as I am with making sure I'm just like working hard. Like I don't care if that means relevancy or whatever. Like let's just make sure that we're trying. And we'll figure it out along the way.
I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't think I've adopted a work ethic until like last year. I think last year was like the first time where I was like, oh my God, like I actually have a work ethic and like I go do things. And instead of being like, oh, why don't you do that? Like at a younger age, I'm like, you know what? You have it now. Just go now. Just go.
Yeah.
Just go. Just throw a bunch of shit at the wall. Like I'll never sacrifice my content or like who I like. I don't give a shit about any of that. Because once it becomes not fun, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah. It's also it's tough to go back to doing it when it's like it's not fun anymore. It's like that's when it's tough because once you've been doing it and it's so fun and whatever, then it's hard to go the other way. But I think that I've kind of shielded myself from that ever happening again because that did happen to me where I'm like, this is not fun. I fucking hate it, and it feels like it's ruining my life. So I stopped doing like YouTube videos and shit. But now I feel like I've shielded myself from that just because I don't care about how things go. I don't even know I don't know how many views the podcast gets or any videos that I put out get. I hope that it goes well and I don't look at it and I just keep trying and like just trying like and not really worrying too much or trying to like measure up and make sure like, oh, is my Instagram likes are down or like my engagement's down or like the views are slightly down or whatever. Like I'm not going to concern myself with any of that at this point. Like I'm just going to keep trying really hard and, trying to do things to the best of my ability. And if that works out and keeps me going, I'll continue to do that. But if I care too much about it, I know that I'm going to burn out and be like, I'm not doing this shit anymore. And I'm going to go make pizzas somewhere. And that's it.
Yeah. I posted on my Instagram the other day. I was like, yo, I miss a 9 to 5 sometimes.
Like the structure of that is nice.
Yeah. Just being like, yo, come here. And people are going to hear that and be like, this fucking guy. But I'm telling you, it'd just be nice to just be like, yo, go sit over there and like print posters. I'm like, all right, bet.
You know what? You know what's funny? Because like when you say that, people are immediately like, "You don't want a 9 to 5." And it's like because their mind is about money, and I agree that like, no, I don't want a 9 to 5 in the sense of the 8 hours a day for this amount of pay. No, that's not what I'm talking about. But having some sort of routine, I think, is important and is beneficial to a person because even when the pandemic hit, or before that, my brother Thomas started his own company, so he was working from home, and I told him, I'm like, bro, I'm just letting you know now. Like, because usually it was like, he's up, he's fucking having breakfast, puts his suit on.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he goes on the train, goes to work, come back, and then whatever the fuck has his day. I'm like, you're not going to have the pressure to do any of that. Like, so you're going to start doing weird shit because you're going to try and figure out how do I stay productive if I don't have a deadline? Like, and that's a very hard thing to adjust to when all you've known is a 9 to 5. And yes, it sounds, and I think that it is better to not have that. Of course, I think it's better to not have that, like eventually, but it's not an easy transition. I remember my brother Thomas told me, he's like, I just started wearing jeans. Like I would wake up and get dressed and then sit in my fucking house just so I had a thing that I was doing. Like it's difficult, but yeah, I think the pay thing is not what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not even afraid.
Yeah,
that,
no.
But
yeah, it's like, hey, you want to do Radio City, or you want to come fucking throw a pizza at a wall for $6?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Like, listen, like we're not tone deaf. You know what I'm saying? But like, like I get fired. This is the worst thing, and the best thing about stand up is you get fired every night.
Yeah,
you get fired. You're hired for an hour, and guess what? You don't have a fucking job. So my thing has always just been like, I have to transition to other ways to just make money so I could do other things that I want to do. So like now it's like I'm putting music out. I'm doing the music tour. Like I'm constantly like evolving, but it's like, bro, I'm doing fucking like, I don't know, like 12, 15 cities in 30 days. Like that's a lot.
It's a ton.
For like, like, so I tell people all the time, every once in a while, I do just miss being like, all right, gotta go. Like, I'm gonna go do this. Like, I think I want to just get like my real estate license just to have like something to do from like Monday through Thursday. And just be like, hey, what's up? You let me suck your titties, guy? I'm like, dude, are you gonna get this apartment or not?
I am if you'll buy it.
Yeah. I'll be whatever the fuck you want. Just come on, just give me.
I'll suck your titties, dude. Just fucking buy the goddamn thing, please.
Oh man. Before I let you go, I have to ask like 2 or 3 weird questions because I think people will be like, "Oh, cool," but like, well, too serious. To save everyone in your family's life, all right?
Yeah.
To save everyone in your family's life, you have to let Frankie piss all over your face
Oh my god, dude.
live on Twitch or whatever streaming service you like.
Yeah.
Right? Frankie gets to pee all over your face, 50-yard line, right? And then after, he sticks a Roman candle up your butt.
Why do you? Which way? Like the fireworks are gonna blow into me?
No, they're gonna go out your butt. I wouldn't do that to you.
Thanks. Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, of course, man. The piss is not gonna be fun. I'm just
That's
glad
what
it's
I'm
not
saying.
shit. You know what? I'll just
Nah,
get
'cause
fucking
poop-
hammered, dude.
Yeah, honestly, if I got drunk enough, I'd let you pee on my face now. Like we were hanging out and you were just like, yeah. And I was like, fuck it, let's do it.
Oh, go. It'd be fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah. It's like at that point, I feel like it's like it's almost the same as getting matching tattoos. It's
It
like,
is
hey, what's
not, Danny. Someone's getting their face pissed on. That's crazy.
Nah, I don't think it's that bad. Pee's not that bad, dude. Pee's not that bad.
He's not that bad.
He's not that bad, dude. Because pee doesn't carry disease. Poop carries disease.
I
Fucking poop.
disease. Yeah, no, I don't know about all that.
All right. Now I have to up the ante a little bit. To save
Okay.
Frankie's life, would you let him pee all over your face and then slap you, right? And then put a Roman candle reverse up your butt?
Am I gonna live?
Yeah, but you're gonna be fucked up.
Yeah, you can say that again.
How about this? Take away all the pee. Take away all the
Pee's
pee.
easier.
No, take away all the pee. Don't even worry about the pee anymore. Forget the pee. Roman
So now-
candle reverse up your butt to save Frankie's life.
Yeah, but I would probably just clench mad hard and try to hope that I could like blow the thing out the other way. Try to like, you know what I'm saying?
Again,
Send it back in.
after a couple
I don't
fucking
know.
shirazes, I might just do it on Friday night.
I would definitely let a Roman candle blow out of my ass right now. Not in, but out.
So, Radio City, are you and Frankie
This is so stupid.
are you and Frankie ever gonna kiss on stage?
Nope. Next question.
I'm trying to help the people out. These are questions that people ask me.
Who's asking you that?
Just a couple
like-
of people.
Yo, talk to your boys. Are they gonna fucking kiss or what?
Yeah, I went to their show in DC. It was dope, but they never kissed.
I thought they were gonna kiss and they didn't, so the show is trash.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
It's time trial. You remember like the old Batman games where you have to beat people up within like 2 minutes? Do you remember like
Yeah.
those trials? You versus little people, right?
Yeah.
How many you think you could beat up in 2 minutes?
What is beat up though? I gotta KO them?
No, just like I don't know, push them on the ground or something. Once their butt hits the ground, they're out. They're eliminated.
They're out.
And I'm there reffing.
What is it? 2 minutes?
2 minutes. How many little people do you think you could beat up in 2 minutes?
No,
You want my answer? You want my answer?
Go ahead.
6.
It's a good answer.
Yeah, because I feel like they're durable. Just so you know, these are my thoughts only.
Durable.
Yeah, they're durable, dude. They're dense. Like I thought Kelly Clarkson was a little person for like 5 years.
Don't you dare say that about my queen, dude.
I love Kelly Clarkson, but she's got like little people features.
Which ones?
I don't mean this in a weird way. It's just like the way her face is built, and like her
Yeah.
hands. You know, like little people don't have wrists, kind of. It like kind of they look like action figures, kind of.
Well,
Yeah, don't you? Do you remember when we were kids? But no, so how many do you think you can get in 2 minutes?
I was gonna say like 8.
8? All right, yeah. I think you have better cardio than me. Yeah, I think yeah. Okay.
Should be a lot of shoving.
Yeah. Are you exercising these days, or what's your deal?
Yeah, I'm doing a marathon this year. I actually got a bib.
God, that's such a white activity.
It's
If
gonna be
if you're not if
so
you're not from
bad.
Kenya, it's so white. Like, why do you want to do that to yourself? That's such like
Bro,
white guilt pain.
I have fantasies of beating the Kenyans. It ain't gonna happen. If I was on a bike, I couldn't beat them.
Dude, if I was in a fucking
Um,
Trans Am, I couldn't beat those fucking people.
if I was in a chopper, I couldn't beat them. Oh my god.
So when's the marathon? You run the New York City Marathon in November? Is that
Yeah,
what it is?
November. First week of
November?
November.
Are you training specifically for it? Have you
Yeah.
done a half yet? Have you done a fucking quarter marathon?
No, I haven't even started my like program yet. I'm
Oh,
starting
that's
soon,
gonna
though.
turn out great.
It's gonna no. You get 3 months. You do like a 12 to 15 week program. So like that's usually what they are. You can do 18 weeks, but
Right.
I'm just like running and trying to get like mileage so that I'm not pathetic when I start the program.
All right.
And
So
that's gonna
I'm
be
gonna
hard.
I'm gonna come there, bikini,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna run and I'm gonna hand you one of those fucking liquid gel packs.
Perfect. That would be awesome, honestly.
And woo! And I'm gonna wear a bikini and I'm gonna run out there. It's gonna be a thong. I'll wear a thong and I'll run out
Okay.
there, and it'll be like one of those pictures that they see in like on Time magazine, like pictures of the year. It's gonna
Yeah.
be me handing you a fucking liquid Gatorade packet or whatever the
That's
fuck those things are
beautiful.
called.
Honestly, that's a great idea, and I'm holding you to that.
Hey, listen, man. Like I said, you can pee on my face after a good night. Before I let you out of here, first of all, I wanted to say thank you for coming on the show, spending some time with me. It's always good chopping it up with you. I still feel like people think we don't like each other, which is so weird. Like,
Yeah, you just told me I could piss on your face. What does
yeah,
that mean?
I don't know. The internet's weird. Stay off the internet, guys. But also, I just wanted to say thank you for like a lot of the stuff that you taught me along the way. I really appreciate it. Like businessy stuff, and we talk every day about like, I always come to you advice, and I always appreciate you giving me the advice, and vice versa, because I give you great advice, and it's one of those things. And like I said, I used to say this: I categorize people into two categories: people I would help move, and people I wouldn't help move. You're one of the people that I would help move.
I appreciate that. If
Yeah.
if I need your help though, I'm calling. So I don't care where you are.
Yeah, well, I don't answer phone calls. I can't. They just cause too much anxiety for me.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to text me a week or so in advance so I could buy like a special belt.
Okay, that's
We'll
fair.
get at it. But I'm fucking fit now, Doug.
I know you're
Fitness
fucking
bitch.
little fucking twink soon.
I'm a little twink. I just want to look like I could have played a D1 sport, and people go like, I'll walk into a bar, and be like, "You play D1?
Yeah, right.
You play
You
D1? You play football?
running back?
Yeah, you were good. Did you play arena? I'm like, yeah, I did.
All you gotta do is point to your knee, and they'd be like, "Okay, I get it."
Have you guys sold out all your shows? Are they all sold out?
Yes.
So I was gonna say go get tickets at whatever, but don't buy
I mean,
resale
good.
tickets.
Go get the tickets for Radio City at thebasemuir.com.
There you go.
There.
Those will be gone in 6 seconds.
I can't.
What time do they go on sale?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. This comes out at 7 a.m. So I guess like people will be like, oh yeah, like, oh maybe they forgot, which I doubt. But make sure you're there because they will be gone. So go get them. Basementyard.com.
Basementyard.com, yeah.
Basementyard.com. Yeah, and I don't know. I'll see you around. I'll text you later, I guess.
Yeah, dude, I'll text you right after this.
Yeah, literally. I'll send you a TikTok of somebody farting in like 6 minutes.
Super excited that I just DM'd you one of them before. Oh, you read it.
Yeah, it was that drunk uncle. Hold up.
I'm sorry.
I think I have one for you.
Thank you. Good job.
And that, guys, that's it.
That's the show, folks.
Give it up, Joe Santagato. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Check out the Basement Yard everywhere. Spotify, podcast, wherever you get a fucking thing, YouTube, all that shit. Go to thebasementyard.com. You guys got merch on there?
Yep.
Yeah, they got merch. So if you can't get a ticket to a show, you could just get one and act like you're there and pretend. But if you can't get tickets to the show, go to the show. I've been to it. It's fantastic. I'm sure it's 10 times better than what I went to.
Definitely. That show sucked. We sucked, not the crowd.
No, it's all right. It's all love. But
We
again,
did our best.
you did your best, and that's all that matters. That's all that matters. I got to go water Figgy Smalls. And guys, yeah, we'll be back next week. Mike might be here. Mike might not be here. I don't know what an ailment he has. But yeah, but it's been great, Joe. I'll see you later. Love you, buddy.
Later, bro. Love you.
Peace.